Well, BGSU and the Cooling Center never fails to amaze me. Jose, Ken Garland, Kelly Taylor, I thank you so much for the opportunity. We are able to sit down with BGSU's Jay Crawford, who graduated in
1987, 30 years ago.
Only a few years ago. He'll say it's a little bit more, but to us it's only a few. So I have to jump right into it. Your first word that jumps to mind, you've used it over and over, is the word home. So what was that exact moment for you where you knew you were back home, maybe not doing the exact same things as you were as a college kid, but teaching us college students what it's like?
For me, it was stepping on the ice sheet at the ice rink. I spent a lot of time on the ice when I was here as a student, and I had the opportunity to skate with the team during one of their morning skates before they left for Minnesota on one of their road trips a couple of weeks ago. And the second my skate blades hit the ice, I sort of exhaled like, wow, this is something else. So to skate around with a stick and shoot pucks and pass and just sort of pretend like I was 22 again was enormous fun for me. Also, walking into the ice rink for the Michigan State Bowling Green game, that was always a big rivalry. When I was here, they were in the CCHA, as was Bowling Green during my years here. They won the national championship my freshman year. And so hockey was a very big part of university life. And when I walked in the ice rink that night, I just smelled that familiar smell, and I heard that familiar sound, and it really took me back to being a student. And also sitting in with you guys on one of the sports radio shows, that's where my career began, in the radio studios here at Bowling Green. So for me to sit in with you guys was great fun for me, and it really did take me back to the 80s when I was learning how to do radio. I knew nothing about the business whatsoever, and it was very nostalgic for me to sit there and sit in with you guys for that show.
And of course we loved having you just as much as you loved being there. Learned a ton, whether it was just how to read facts or how to engage in with the audience, whoever was listening, our mom, our friends, whoever it be. But a word that you used, two words, or two quotes I should say, from your last night's lecture was grit, and you don't get the things that you don't ask for.
Yeah.
So how does that translate into being a student and working towards life after college?
Well, you don't get what you don't ask for, I learned here. There was a professor here by the name of Dr. Raymond Tucker who taught interpersonal and public communication, and he was very big on that. He taught a class that was called assertiveness, and I was kind of a shy kid, believe it or not. I was shy.
Whoa, I'm shocked actually.
No, I was, and he taught me to come out of my shell and to don't be afraid to ask for something. All they can do is say no. They're not going to kick you out of the world. You know, they just say no. But you're not going to get it if you don't ask for it. And he also taught me that everything was negotiable. And those were some characteristics that I've carried with me through my life. And the grit end of it is an ingredient that I think can be helpful to any student, whatever they're studying. It will never fail you. Hard work and grit. I think there's a formula for success, and I think the biggest ingredient to that formula, the flour, if you will, the thing that holds everything together, is work ethic. And you can never work too hard. No one will ever chastise you for working too hard. No one has ever said at the end of their life, you know, I wish I would have put a little more in. Or, excuse me, I wish I would have put a little less in. Yeah. They always say the opposite. I wish I would have done more. So work hard. It will always pay off. So
what do you do if life throws things at you what do you do when you get to the point where you feel like it's almost too overwhelming? What would you say?
It will. It will happen. Just sort of take a deep breath, relax, and understand that adversity is part of the journey. Part of my message last night was to enjoy the journey and don't just focus on the destination. If you're so consumed with the end goal, getting there is supposed to be the fun part. And if you're so consumed on the destination, then the journey is wasted and lost. So enjoy the ride. And the ride includes adversity. The ride includes things happening that you didn't foresee. But it will make you better. You'll be better for it. And you will get through it. You will get to the other side. So just be calm, relax, and understand that this is all part of it. And embrace that. And once you've done it once or twice, And when I say done it, I mean overcome adversity, a roadblock, an obstacle that was thrown in your path that you may feel was unfair and may be unfair. Once you get to the other side of it, you have the confidence and the understanding that you can pretty much handle it. You can get through it. You just have to stay focused and be positive.
With that grit too, what point do you not let go of your hard work, but let go of the fact that maybe you won't get to the huge end goal dream? Maybe for some kids it is ESPN, maybe it is Fox Sports Detroit, possibly in my case, but at what point do you let go and say fate has to take over? You continue to work hard, but maybe it's not in the cards, and is it waiting for something else and you just don't know what that something else is?
That's possible. What I tell young broadcasters is be thick-skinned and be resilient. The business will serve as a weed out. There will be a large percentage of graduates that will wave the white flag after a period of time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever their situation dictates. They have to take a job, they have to get on with their life. But that doesn't mean you have to lose focus of your dream. You can still continue to pursue a career in broadcasting while you're doing something to pay the bills. And it can be very difficult, it can be hard. I had to do that. I had to paint houses for 5 months until I had an offer to work in television. But I never dropped the notion that I would work in television, ever. I knew I would. I just was waiting for the right situation to present itself. In the meantime, I painted a lot of houses in the Cleveland area. And some I drive by and I said, yeah, I painted that house. But you do what you have to do, and you stay focused and you're resilient, and don't let the few no's that you're inevitably going to hear deter you. In baseball, you need to hit 3 of 10 at-bats to be considered an all-star. In television, if you have 100 at-bats and one person says no, you're not batting 1, you're batting 1,000 because you're in business. So forget the 99 no's. You're looking for the 1 yes. And if you knock on 100 doors, one of them will be an opportunity. I'm fairly confident. And that's all you need. Once you get your foot in the game, then you can work on kicking other doors down with your other foot. So you don't have to get 3 hits in 10 at-bats to be a success in TV. 1 out of 100 tries, and you're batting 1,000.
So you take that one and you run with it.
You run with it, absolutely, yeah.
So with that, students here, we take every opportunity that we can get. You know, some of us are so involved, we don't know what to do with ourselves half the time.
I can see that you're that person, which is
How
great.
did you know? How did you know?
You're always here, and that's a good thing. It will serve you well later. A lot of my friends, I lived in Founders, and my first year here, this building housed the communications department, and we moved into a new building. It was a new facility my freshman year here, and it was right behind Founders. And I spent so much time in that building that all of my other friends were like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we're going out tonight. We're going to Broadhouse. Come along. And I would be like, I can't. I got something working. I got to do something at the radio station. And they thought I was nuts. And they would always ask, how much are they paying you again? And I would always say, no, it's like money in the bank. See, I'm putting in a lot of hours now, and I don't get to touch the money now, but I'm going to get it later. And that's what I tell students. A lot of these organizations are volunteer. You're going to get it back later, I promise you. Later in life, you'll tell me 15 years from now, oh my God, you were so right. Because I was so dedicated and focused in college, and all of those hours of volunteering my time and doing stuff for free, I'm in a profession now, I'm working in TV now, I'm making more money than I ever thought I could. I have all kinds of extra cash. It's like I'm being paid for all those intern hours and all of those volunteer hours at the radio station. You'll get it back.
I'm ready.
So,
I'm ready.
I'm glad.
I
love to see students as engaged as you are, and I encourage all students, whatever your study, I don't care if it's television or something else, get involved in the extracurriculars, volunteer, work with professionals that are doing it and that have done it and that can give you advice and wisdom and sort of show you the path. That's how you'll get to where you want to go. But you can do this.
Did someone pay you to say those words? Because I didn't.
No, but I see a lot of myself in you. I was you when I was here. I looked at this as my toy box, and I was going to use it. And they were kicking me out of this place at closing time.
I just got done telling one of my professors, Ken, I said, I closed Cooling Down. I closed it. The janitors have left. It's about doing what you love, and at some points, your work becomes your happiness. So it's
Listen,
fun.
I've lived that for 30 years. I've never felt like I've worked a day in my life. Not a day.
It's awesome to hear. Well, once again, I a million times thank you.
Absolutely.
I didn't have anything cool like we talked about before the show. I didn't have sunglasses, candy,
You
and
brought
anything
yourself.
for you.
That was all you needed.
Well,
It
thank
was a
you.
pleasure.
Well, I appreciate it, and I will hope to see you soon and back next semester.
I'll be here.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Thank you.